Hello everyone. To get started, you are going to want to think of an outline of a simple shape. For me, I think I'm going to do the outline of a cat. So I'm going to start with my pencil, and I am just going to sketch a very simple outline of a cat. And what I mean by outline is I'm not going to use any of the details in the cat's face. So for my outline, I only want to leave it just like this. You can do any other shape. Another one, for example, I'll put in here a piece of paper. A really easy one to do for this project would be to do a heart. A heart would be a really good object for this project, especially keeping it nice and simple. So if I was to do a heart, again, we only want that outline, and so I would leave it like that. But I'm going to go back to my cat. If you are having trouble creating the outline of your drawing, feel free to look through the lesson help of how to draws, as well as the outline guides. They were found inside the art room on Google Classroom. So, after you get your outline drawn, what you are going to do is you are going to take a light colored marker. I'm going to go with one of these yellows. And what you're going to do is you are going to color inside your outline. So you have a solid color to start with. Now you want to do your best coloring. I'm going kind of quickly, but do your best to stay in the lines. It's okay if you go outside a little bit because the next step will kind of cover it. So it's okay if it's not perfect. And this yellow outline that we are coloring in is going to give us a really good base for our lesson. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get my next tool, which is my Q-tip and my paint. Now I have squeezed all of my colors out onto this piece of paper, or you can use a paper plate. Anything that can be used as your palette will be great for this. Now I didn't have any orange, so I went ahead and I took some of my red and some of my yellow, and I'm just going to quickly mix those two together to get an orange. So if you have the primary colors, you can always get those secondary colors by mixing. Alrighty, and since my Q-tip's already wet with orange, I'm going to start with orange. So you're going to get your Q-tip, you're going to dab it into the paint, and then what you're going to do is you are going to just use it like a stamp. You want to make dots all the way around your object. Now there is no wrong way to do this. I'm leaving some space because I want to go back around with another color and go in between. So when that orange is done, I want to do another line around. So that all you're going to do is you're just going to keep using your Q-tip like a stamp. You're going to go around Now you can do any object you want, depending on how hard you want it. Simple shapes like squares, triangles, hearts, and stars are awesome. But if you want to get a little more complicated, maybe you really like Pokemon, you could do an outline drawing of one of the Pokemon characters, like maybe a Pikachu. I would say this cat maybe would be a bit mid-level, so you can try that. But again, there's no wrong way to do this. So I'm just going to continue my dots all the way around the edge. As you need more paint, go ahead and dab it into your palette. Now we are celebrating that book that we just read, The Dot, so all of our paint marks are going to be dots this lesson. Alright, so I have finished going all the way around in my orange. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set aside that Q-tip that I was using, and I am going to grab another one, and I am going to do my next color around, because I said I wanted to do a second color. So I am going to put it into the blue, and I'm going to do a middle dot all around the edge of blue. Now, however you want to do this is up to you. You can copy what I'm doing here, or you can make your own. Feel free to pause the video if you want to go put on some music. When I make art like this, I really get zenned out, and having some music I think would help. That's up to you. Let's go on and keep going around. So now I have reached all the way around my cat in both my colors. So that's pretty much all we are doing for the entire lesson. We're just taking different colors and walking them around the paper. There's no wrong way to do this. You're more than welcome to follow me exactly with my cat, and we can work on this one together. But if you have other ideas of how you want to stamp your dots than how I'm going to continue to do mine, feel free to change it up. But I think I'm going to go into red next, and I'm going to continue to dot around my cat here. Now I'm going to start not being super careful about following that shape. These dots are going to be more decoration than they are going to be shape-based. There, bar somewhere. Same here. Take some of that. And I'm going to go around again. And there we go. Alrighty, so you could continue doing that throughout your whole paper. You could continue just circling and circling and circling, and I think it would look really cool. I'm going to do something a little different. I am going to go into my yellow, and I'm going to just start doing some different types of patterns. I'm going to make different spaces. So here we go. I'm going to break up this space. And then I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to break up into this space. And then I'm going to break up this space. Then I'm going to break up this space. And then one more, I am going to break up this space. Now, within each of these sections, I am going to take my dots on a walk around all of the spaces. And what I mean by that is I am going to go in with another color, and I'm going to fill around and around and around until there is no more space. So I am going to grab my next Q-tip, and I think I'm going to go in with some purple. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stay in this space, and I'm going to continue to make dots. Now, instead of just wrapping it like I was, I'm going to bring it down, and I'm going to go around, treating this whole space as a blocked off area. If you have different ideas for how you want to do your dot creation, feel free to stop the video and continue with your own ideas. But you're more than welcome to stay and finish this one with me. So next I'm going to go and I'm going to grab my blue. I'm going to kind of go in around that space more with blue. Then after blue, I'm going to go into some green. And after the green, I am going to go into some more yellow. After the yellow, I think I want orange. And then I think I have just enough room. I'm gonna add a few red dots down the middle here. Okay. Then I'm gonna kind of continue a similar pattern around my other dots. So I'm gonna grab that purple and I am going to do this next section over here. I'm going to start by dotting up here. If I ever go too fast, feel free to pause the video. Okay. And after the purple, I would like some more blue. I think I need some more blue though. There we go. Okay. My blue Q-tip will go around in blue. It's up to you if you want to do some without a lot of paint on and you get kind of that cool effect. But if you don't like that, you don't have to do that. Let's just go on top. Okay, next I want my green. Go around this space and green. Green comes yellow. And orange. With maybe one red dot. Alright, I am going to have that kind of be my ground, And then to change it up a little bit, when I'm doing my sky area, what I want to do is I'm going to go back into my blue, and I am going to go around and alternate, I think, between blue and yellow, those kind of sunny sky colors. Now for colors, I picked all the colors in the rainbow, but you can do whatever you want for colors. If you want to mix your own colors, feel free. That could be kind of cool. But I'm just sticking with the basic rainbow colors for this. There we go. Okay, now for the yellow. Back in blue. Into the yellow. One more blue. Had some green mixed in there. It's kind of cool. Alright, and then a little bit more blue. Okay. Now, if you're like me and your paper is getting pretty wet because of the paint, and you are having some trouble getting some of these areas without getting all messy, feel free to take your paper and kind of turn it around so that the clean side is facing you. So that way we can work in these last two areas and it will be a lot easier. Okay, so I'm going to do same thing again. I'm going to go with my blue. There's that row. Okay, my next grouping of yellow. Blue. Okay, more blue. And yellow. Okay, and we'll get into this last color over here. think I'm going to do this more of the same. I really like how that's looking around my kitty. Start with the blue. Now, if you don't have a Q-tip, you could also use the back of a pencil. Okay, and I'm going to continue this. So we're almost there. Just a few bits left. Okay. Next, we go into the yellow. So we will go into blue. And last, do some yellow. Alrighty. So, if you are happy with it like that, you can leave it like that. But something else that you can do is you can take your Q-tip dots and you can also paint larger dots. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go around my paper and I'm going to paint some larger dots. Over here. There. Then turn this around so I can see how it looks. I am very happy with how this has turned out. So I think that I would like to stop there. If you want to add other details to it, you can. But I like mine, so I'm going to stop here. And I hope you enjoyed making your dot creation.